I'm Valerie Williams from Pilates by Val and a Franklin Method educator. And today we're going to talk about loosening up your hamstrings. Well, where are your hamstrings? Do you know? Well, in this lovely green tape that I have on this skeleton here, Mr. Red, I call him, the green tape starts kind of here, right at your sit bones, and they go all the way down. And one goes on the outside of the knee, and then two kind of go on the inside of the knee. So if you actually place your hands on your hips and then just kind of trace them like so, so the hamstrings from the back, and then just kind of slide on the outside and then the inside of the knee. Okay, so that's kind of where they are located. We are going to do 3 different movements to loosen up your hamstrings. So I'm going to move Mr. Red here, just kind of off to the side, but you can kind of get a visual of where your hamstrings are. Okay, so first we're going to do is we're going to have a seat. If you've got really tight hamstrings, I know sitting on the floor is probably not going to work for you. So I would suggest either sitting on a chair, or I have this box here, but just something that you can be lifted off the ground. So when I talked about the sit bones, right, so here are your sit bones, and that's where your hamstring originates, right? And we want to kind of get that movement, those sit bones, to move a little bit better so that your hamstrings will loosen up. So go ahead and have a seat. And I'm just going to extend one leg. It doesn't matter which leg you start. But what I would like for you to do is I want you to lean forward and then shift your weight back like this. But it's not just the torso, my torso moving. I actually want you to move your pelvis forward and back like this. Forward and back. Now, if you'll notice, where my finger is on that sit bone, and that sit bone, I want you to just kind of look and see what's happening is that this sit bone is moving to the back and then to the front like this, right? So think of the hamstring, right? That is kind of going forward and then going back like this. And now I want you to move your foot a little bit more. So when you go back, you're going to flex your foot, and when you come forward, you're going to point those toes. I mean, you're moving your ankle really, but so we're just kind of getting the whole leg and the pelvis moving a little bit. So think about it, just kind of like rocking back and then rocking forward. I mean, you can do this watching TV. Or if you're sitting in the office a lot and you've got some really tight hamstrings, you can just do this on your chair and just kind of rock forward and back. Now, bend this knee, same leg. I'm going to put this down for right now. Pelvis on the floor. Get both hands, place it underneath or behind your leg, and just kind of squeeze your muscle, and then release and then lean forward. So when you lean back, I want you to kind of squeeze and then just kind of release. And just give a little squeeze and release. This is called sponging. So basically, think about just kind of squeezing the muscle like it's a sponge. Think about kind of rehydrating. Your connective tissue loves circulation and warmth. So that's kind of what we're doing, so that you get more movement in the muscle to move the bone. So you get a little bit looser muscle, connective tissue movement, and then more movement in the pelvis, like that. And squeeze, and come forward, and squeeze, and release, and squeeze, and release. And I'm just kind of sliding my hand, you know, down my calf as well, like that. All right, now, just use your hands. This is the tapping. You know, I do this a lot in my other videos. Just tap your whole leg even the foot, the front, the back. And then kind of get your knuckles and just slide with your knuckles up and down your leg, especially on the sides here. So like on the outside of your thigh, inside of your thigh, outside, inside, toward your calf as well. Just up and down like that. And then just kind of shake out that leg a little bit. And then with your hand, this is called swiping, just kind of swipe all the way down from the hip all the way down to your foot, like that. All right. And then just go ahead and extend that leg and just lean forward. Oh, feels pretty good, actually. And then compare it. So extend the other leg, the leg that we haven't worked on yet, and lean forward. So that feels a little tighter. All right, so let's loosen that up. So here we go. Let me get my pelvis. So here we go. You're gonna tilt forward and tilt back. Tilt forward and tilt back. And then let's flex the foot, point the toes, and yep. And again, getting that pelvis to move is really important. So you can start getting the back also moving as well. And now I'm going to put this down. You keep going. Place your hands underneath your hamstring here, underneath your thigh, really not underneath your hamstring, underneath your thigh. And let's give it a squeeze first and then release. And give it a little squeeze and release. So bend that knee and then extend. While you shift your weight back, give it a little squeeze and then release. And give it a little squeeze and release. All right. Now let's go ahead and tap that leg. You can bring that leg back in. And then let's do knuckles. Slide up and down like on the side of the leg and like on the inside of your calves there and then the outside. And it can be the whole leg too. It doesn't necessarily be the outside and inside. Just kind of rub. And then let's do our little slide like this from the hip all the way down to the foot. And then let's give it a little shake. Good. And let's test it out. Yeah, it loosened up a little bit. So let's do another one. Let's stand up. Now I've got this lovely chair here, but you can stand, place your hand on the wall or on your chair if you have a chair that you can hold on to, and bring your one leg back, doesn't matter which. And then what I'd like for you to do is just swing the leg. And let's bring this arm up here and swing. And I want you to imagine like you're on a swing. Remember being on a swing when you were a kid? And when you swung or came forward, you wanted to go up as high as you could. All right, so just think about that. Every time your leg comes forward, you're trying to swing and go up higher in the air. And your leg is just kind of floating in the air. And just come forward and back and swing and swing and swing. Good, like that. Whew. Good, and just think about lengthening that leg like you're really trying to reach it up toward the sky and then lower it all the way down. Good, so let's do the other leg. So bring the leg back first, right? And then just swing that leg. And again, imagine you're on that swing. And just swing that leg forward and back. And each time you bring that leg forward, see if you can bring that leg up, higher up to the sky, and swing. Or maybe think of a breeze, allowing that leg just to come forward and up. And nice deep breath. One more. All right. And then kind of shake out your arms there. All right, now third one is, I'm going to turn to the side here, And again, you can use your chair. I've got this box. Now, if you can reach the floor for this exercise, you definitely can do that as well. But I would like for you to do is lean forward and place your hands down on this box or chair, or if you can reach the floor, reach the floor. Open your legs out just a little bit. Now, I'm going to place my right hand kind of in front of my left foot. And then left hand goes behind your back, bend the right knee, and then with my right hand, twist and look up toward the ceiling. And just kind of feel the stretch in the back of your leg. And then come back to center. And let's do the other side. Come over, bend the left knee, right hand goes behind your back. Use that left hand to push and rotate. And hold it there. And then come back. Let's do it again. Bend the right knee, left hand behind your back. Use your right hand to push and see if you can rotate a little bit more. See if you can kind of shift that weight a little bit more. And then come back. And one more time. Left hand in front of the right knee, bend the left knee. Use that left hand to twist. Ooh, that's a stretch. And then come back and then tuck under and stand all the way up. And then last thing I'd like for you to do is make a fist and just lightly touch your glutes and your lower back. Glutes and lower back. And just kind of, it actually releases your lower back and the glutes to get a little bit more movement there. Good. And then just shake it out. All right. And let's go ahead and let's test it out. So kick a leg forward, kick a leg forward. Feels much looser than when we first started. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see next time. And thank you again.